Well, hello there. It's that time again. Yes, indeed. It is time for our weekly tarot/astrology blog here on the 26th of August of 2018. I am sorry about missing last week. If you're on Facebook and you follow my posts, you would have seen that Barbara was having a hard time. Love of my life was sick. We had to take her to the hospital. It turned out to be nothing really serious. We were able to resolve it. And she's doing well. She's resting comfortably at home. Okay? And those of you that are aware of this and you sent your prayers and your healing, very, very much appreciated. So we're going to get down to it. We're going to go over some major arcana or trump cards from the Tarot de Marseille, and then look at some pip cards, or what's also called minor arcana, and look at a little bit of astrology. And of course, as always, it's interesting, so do stay tuned. Okay, let's go ahead and look at these trump cards. They're coming down onto the screen right now, and they are going to cover my face. The cards that we have for this week are the Magician, the Empress, and Judgment. Now the Magician is looking off to the left, the direction of the past, as he does in most decks. And he is playing with his toys, but he has stopped to take stock of something to the left of him. The Empress is not concerned with this at all. She's sitting ruling on her throne, very comfortable, her eyes veering towards the right, the direction of the future. And then she is transformed, as I saw it in this reading, into the figure, the angel of Judgment, blowing the horn very loudly. So the Magician is drawing something off of the past, which in turn is used to rule or even announce the future. Now, what is it exactly the Magician is looking at? Well, we can pull another card and take a look. I'm not going to show it on the screen. It won't fit with the three I have already. But the card that was drawn was the Sun card. This shows a bright sun with two child figures underneath it embracing one another. So he's looking at a time of socialization. He's looking back at a past social act or social relationship. And that knowledge is then being brought into the future where it can be shared with others. The whole idea of blowing the horn, blasting the trumpet. So this is a week where our social life, I think, is going to be important. I think we're going to draw on some things from the past social experience, so that we can go ahead and project that into our future and also share some things that may be very important, whether emotions or ideas. And our pip cards are going to support this very nicely, as you're going to see. That's right, we're going to have three of them come on now. Count them, three. I've usually done two. I like working in trios, so I'm going to bring three on the screen. The pip cards, or minor arcana, for this week are going to be the Page of Cups, the Page of Coins, or Pentacles, if you're used to that terminology, and the Eight of Coins. Now, a similar concept here. The Page of Cups is looking towards the left. He's holding a cup, which is uncovered, drawing in emotions. This is transformed into an idea, or crystallized into material form, being held by the Page of Coins. And then that in turn is multiplied times 8 in the Eight of Coins. And as we look at the Eight of Coins, we can see figures sitting around a table. It kind of looks like a dinner table, one on each head of the table and two on each side. So this may be a time where socialization, again, sharing ideas, drawing in other people's opinions or other people's input at least, may be very helpful. Or you're sharing, again, your input and your knowledge and your wisdom with others in a group setting. So that kind of activity is going to be particularly fruitful this week. I'm quite sure of it. So looking at our astrology, the good thing is last week, which I did not cover because again I was absent, we had the Mercury retrograde come to an end. Mercury did go direct, which is good. Okay, we don't have to deal with a retrograde anymore. We're free to make commitments long term, sign contracts, don't have to worry about big communication glitches or travel malfunctions. It's tend to be smoother sailing. Today is the day of the full moon. Tonight's the full moon here on the 26th, a full moon in Pisces. And then tomorrow on the 27th, Mars is going to go direct. Mars has been retrograde. It's going to go direct. So if you've had anger issues, if you've had repressed emotions, powerful stuff stirring inside, you're going to probably feel some relief from that. I know that I have already. Okay, I already have felt this coming up, and it's been having a beneficial, positive effect on my overall emotional life and how I'm viewing the world. Other than that, not a lot astrologically, because we are in a waning moon. Okay, after this full moon tonight, the moon is decreasing in power. Not a time for law of attraction, a time to banish. Get rid of things you don't want, need, things that aren't helping you, conditions, people, what have you, possessions, whatever it is that's in your way, a time to get rid of it. That's going to be the emphasis over the next couple of weeks or so. Well, there you go. We had our weekly tarot/astrology blog. I appreciate you tuning in and sticking with me. Sorry again about last week. Until I see you next week, many, many blessings.